History will be made tonight here at Marathon Music Works in Nashville, Tennessee. The first ever V3 Women's Bantamweight title fight. Say hello to the woman they call Shanna. Shanna Young from Johnson City, Tennessee, and Tuco Tapa Club. Coached by Brendan Bohannon, trains with top pros such as Adam Townsend and Dustin Long. She's 4-1 and looking to improve on that and win a title tonight.
We saw her last time we were in Nashville. Great fight, beating a very tough Molly Dupertis. Shanna's got great wrestling. This girl can throw people on the ground, control them, and then she just doesn't lay there. She gets in a good position and she throws some punches down, man.
She's got it all. She's really well-rounded. Former high school grappler. Look for some judo throws without question. And you were right. Very, very impressive in the win right here at Marathon Music Works back in February against Molly Dupertis. She also won a title since fighting Dupertis in North Carolina. She won a 145-pound title, so she's been very active. Shanna Young making her way inside the cage.
And Shanna comes in shape. She's built. She is built. So
good look at Shanna, and now they dim the lights. Get ready to meet Shanna's opponent. As the music changes, say hello to Hannah Rogers from Spring Hill, Tennessee. So again, it's a battle of the volunteer state. And the Tennessee Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy trains under Ray Cassius, David Hurst, George Ortiz. Ben Brewer, by the way, former V3 champ, trains at the same school. She is undefeated at 5-0.
She's got a little bit of everything too. She's got 2 technical knockouts, 2 decisions, and a submission. So she's pretty comfortable wherever the fight goes. I think she's going to want to keep this standing and be on top of Shanna. She definitely doesn't want to get taken down by Shanna because Shanna got some great ground and pound. So this is going to be a good fight. These girls aren't not friends. They are definitely not friends, so watch this to be a little war.
And Rogers usually fights at 145, but makes the cut to 135 for this bout. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, brought to you by Budweiser. Shanna Young from Johnson City, 22 years of age, 135, 5'7", and a freestyle fighter. Meanwhile, Rogers at 21, very similar numbers, 136, 5'6". She's a pound heavier and an inch smaller than her opponent, also a freestyle fighter. This one's gonna be fun, and again, history tonight, the first ever V3 Women's Bantamweight Championship fight. Shanna Young, Hannah Rogers. Let's get the introduction with Michael Kelly.
V3 Legion. This championship bout is brought to you by Budweiser and is set for 3-minute rounds to decide the first ever V3 Women's Bantamweight Champion. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She wears the black trunks with white trim. At 5 feet 7 inches, she weighed in at 135 pounds. A freestyle fighter with an MMA record of 4 wins and 1 loss, representing TOT and fighting out of Johnson City, Tennessee, Shanna Young. And across the cage, her adversary fighting out of the red corner. She wears the red trunks with yellow trim. At 5 feet 6 inches, she weighed in at 136 pounds. A freestyle fighter with a perfect MMA record of 5 wins and no losses. Representing Tennessee Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy and fighting out of Spring Hill, Tennessee, Hannah Rogers.
A lot of support for Hannah Rogers, a lot of support for Shanna Young. Jason Wilkerson is the referee.
Our ladies title fight, 3-minute rounds. Red, do you have any questions? Blue, do you have any questions? Hook them up, let's do it.
Good stare down by the two.
Oh, I love it.
Well, what do you think?
Man, you didn't see that look right at the beginning when Hannah walked in, but I'm going to look for Shanna to take this to the ground. I think she's a little smaller than Hannah, but I think she's going to work it.
Round 1, here we go. Right off the bat, they take swings at each other and they missed. And then a hard right. Whoa! Hannah Rogers drops Young. She's back on her feet though. stopped by Jason Wilkerson. Now Shanna Young thought, no way should they have stopped the fight. But again, it's safety first with the fighters. And the first ever V3 Women's Bantamweight title is over in seconds.
That was a monster punch she hit her with that dropped her. And Hannah thought it was stopped then. And so did Shanna. So Shanna went to get up and she got drilled again. And I'll tell you what, Jason did a great job of coming in there because she was going to take some unnecessary punishment.
I don't know what you do for an encore when you win the belt with that punch. That is going to be hard to top that punch right there. That was impressive. That was one of the most impressive punches I've seen, men or women, male or female, it doesn't matter.
Dropped her. Wow. That was a flash knife. She was out for a minute. I mean, she hit the ground and her head was just straight down.
Hannah Rogers went right at her. Rick's going to make his way inside the cage. Shanna Young went right at Rogers. Rogers went at Shanna Young. They both swung and missed. And then Rogers, with that next punch, dropped Shanna Young. There was a little hesitation. They thought maybe it was over. There was a knockout. It wasn't. Young was on one knee. Rogers leaped on her, pummeled her with a few more punches, and then Jason Wilkerson, the referee, stopped the fight. Wow, let's go to Michael Kelly. Let's get the official time of our first ever V3 Women's Bantamweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in the V3 cage at Marathon Music Works, we present the official time of 11 seconds in round number 1. Referee Jason Wilkerson calls a halt to the bout due to strikes, declaring your winner by TKO victory and the first ever V3 Women's Bantamweight Champion, Hannah Rogers!
Nick Harmeyer, the president of V3 Fights, puts on the belt 11 seconds. How impressive was that? Rick McCracken now making his way over to our champion, Hannah Rogers.
Hannah Rogers, wow, impressive. I'll tell you what, if we ever go on a date, I will be on my best behavior. That was some crazy power. She did not know what hit her. Was that the game plan, just to come out and throw some leather?
Pretty much. I knew she's a really good wrestler, and so I trained a lot of wrestling for this camp. And I had a really good camp, and my coaches are freaking amazing, and my teammates are amazing. I did not make weight for this fight, so I had to keep cutting. So I am respectfully declining the belt because I did not make weight. But I really appreciate you guys letting me fight still. And I appreciate Shanna still taking the fight and coming all the way down here.
Well, that was a great sportsman thing to do. Awesome, awesome move. I'll let you hold on to it for a minute. We'll talk a little bit more. You know, you didn't make weight, but, you know, getting back to the fight, you hit her with that right. She went down, you stopped. You thought it was over. You know, Jason doesn't stop fights until it's over. So you came back under and hit her with a one more for good measure, and it was a done.
Well, I didn't know she was going to go down, so I kind of didn't expect it. So it took me by surprise.
All right, well, great job. Hannah Rogers is your winner tonight.
That was dynamite, electric. What else can you say? The first ever V3 Women's Bantamweight Champion, Hannah Rogers, and she does it in 11 seconds. We'll take our collective breaths here. We'll take a break. We'll come back. More exciting action from Marathon Music Works still to come. You're watching V3 Fights.